Hello, Mr. Tony? It's your DoorDash driver. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm good. Think about the front door. I'll get it later. Thank you.
We got a little bit of an issue with your food delivery. The issue was the time it took me to get to you from the restaurant. It took me a long time, Mr. Tony. It took me over 40 minutes just from the time I left the restaurant, not even talking about the time it took me before I got to the restaurant to get to the restaurant and go.
I mean, this is just as entitled, but this is the most polite entitlement I done ever seen. This is some polite entitlement. I'll give her that. The way she's doing it and she's explaining it, I might see this, you catch more flies with honey. I'd have probably just tipped her the way that she came at it. But that other chick, no. You do that enough times, other chick, you're gonna get hands put on you. And it might even not even it might even be justified in the eyes of the law.
Left the restaurant, not even talking about the time it took me before I got to the restaurant to get to the restaurant and go in and get your food. But the drive out here, Mr. Tony, 40 minutes, sir.
I don't see the issue here. You accepted the ride, didn't you?
Sir, you were nice and everything. You did put a tip on your order, but you only put a $7 tip. And that don't even cover my gas that it took coming out here, the time I sat in the heavy traffic and all of that, sir. And I just was hoping maybe, before I hit delivery.
What are you expecting? Let me tell you something. For like deliveries and stuff like this, the best you'll get out of me is a 5. Unless I'm just feeling real good. The best you can hope to expect for it. Like that's the best is a 5. Unless, 40 minutes and all that, maybe I would have did like what this dude did and gave you a 7. What more are you expecting? At this point, you want me to spend as much on the tip, if not more, than I spent on the food. So this dude tipped her $7, which is great. Along with paying a delivery fee, along with paying taxes, along with paying for the food that they mark up in price for these apps. That's crazy, man.
Sir, and I just was hoping maybe, before I hit deliver on this little app here and show that I dropped your food off to you, I was hoping maybe you could add to that tip a little bit. I can even see it happen. Before I hit deliver, I could see the tip go up. And then I could leave your food for you, sir.
What?
Are you giving me an ultimatum? Just drop my food off, and then I'll think about something.
She giving him an ultimatum.
I honestly thought you would be reasonable.
And you think you're being reasonable by keeping my food hostage?
I made sure you could sit on your lazy butt while your food got brought to you.
Okay, so we're not doing this. You're not about to stand at my door and disrespect me like that. Leave my food there, but I will make your tip 0 if you don't leave my food there right now. I will make it 0. I will complain about what you did today. What are you doing?
Wow.
This food? You mean this food in these containers? Is this the food you're going to complain about?
And let me tell you something. In both these examples, these will be the type of people. You done told them to leave their food. These will be the type of people who will switch up so fast and turn into the victim. I guarantee you. Here's what I mean. They sitting here antagonizing you. They sitting here starting stuff with you on your front lawn. I guarantee, and I don't advocate for this, but I've been in life for long enough to know that when you play stupid games, sometimes you win stupid prizes. And so these will be the same type of people who they'll be starting it with you. And then if you come out there and finish it, let's just for these examples, let's say they doing this with these dudes on the intercom or whatever. Little do they know these dudes are married to Sharkeisha. And so Sharkeisha comes out and she decides, oh, and you didn't know Sharkeisha was in there. And so now Sharkeisha comes out and she puts hands and feet on you. And then guess what? They're gonna switch to the victim. They're gonna be on the news with the little neck brace on. Oh, I didn't expect this. And it's gonna be like, really? And then when everybody reviews how we got here, that was fortunately recorded. Imagine getting into these type of situations and you don't got no ring camera. You don't got no. Imagine how many situations like this happen that go undocumented, unrecorded, where these Door Dashers are harassing people, harassing customers. You know, DoorDash really ain't gonna take that serious if you don't got the proof. We done have recorded situations and people still continue to be able to work for DoorDash. How you think DoorDash gonna respond if you don't actually have physical evidence? But I just say this to say this will be the same person who will be crying victim after she gets exactly what she's looking for. And so with that other woman too.
This food? You mean this food in these containers? Is this the food you're going to complain about?
You know this is being recorded, right?
Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee!
You know this is being recorded, right?
You wanted your supper, right? You was hungry? You worked all
Put
day?
my food down.
This food? Ooh.
She just wants to get 300 Sparta kicked. It's so clear. She just wants somebody to come out that door and Sparta kick her like they did in the movie into a hole or something. Don't it just, it's like, you think you can come on somebody's property and do all this?
Put my food down.
This food? Ooh, some of it's leaking out. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to report you to DoorDash.
You're going to report me to DoorDash? Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, I'm so scared. What am I? Oh, I'll tell you what. You didn't want to up your tip. That's cool. See what I see right here? Woohoo! You got a package today from Amazon. Ha! I will. I'll put it down in the floorboard in my car where you supper. Ha! Have a great day.
Oh, so you're a thief now?
Hello?
Imagine if it's not recorded. Imagine if this doesn't get recorded. And now the police come or whatever, and they're just like, well, and she's like, no, I didn't. And then they're like, well, do you have any proof? And she's like, I didn't take your package. You're looking at the wrong person. Imagine if it doesn't get recorded. Don't everybody doesn't have a ring camera, a door camera. So then you just ish out of luck. And she gets to continue doing this. And again, I guarantee you she'll be the first person trying to act like I didn't deserve all that though. You didn't have to go that far. Yeah, okay.
If you can't afford a $20 tip every time that you order DoorDash or take a taxi or go to a restaurant, you're an absolute bum. You need to get a real job if you can't afford $20 every time. But this message is for DoorDash. If you want us to finally speak up to the company, then DoorDash, this message is for you. We need to make it into law that every single driver gets paid $5 per mile and $1 per item if they shop and deliver, right? For me, if I go, I'm homeless, right? And as somebody who's homeless,
These dudes really want to be able to make an incredible salary off DoorDash. This dude just said $5 a mile that we're supposed to pay for. These people really want to make this their career, their profession.
if I go, I'm homeless, right? And as somebody who's homeless, when I go out to eat, because being homeless in America is very different. You're not actually really struggling. As Americans, we're doing fine. But as a homeless person, when I went to go get Mexican the other night, and my total was $18.89. It's absolutely nothing for me to just write in to tip $11.11 and just give them an even $30 because I wipe my ass with $11. That's absolutely nothing. And some of you bums are making $500,000 a year and only tipping $4. So if it's going to go like this, then we need to actually, as the workers, we need to stand up and fight for fair wages. Stop taking these bum orders. Like if someone isn't paying you enough money, stop taking that order, right? And I believe that there should be a law in place that every restaurant in America has to, by law, charge a $20 fee that goes straight to the waitress or the waiter, right? Peasants, like I'm a peasant myself, peasants don't deserve to enjoy these luxuries, like going out to eat, ordering DoorDash is an insane luxury. Like, it is not a necessity. They have trained our brains to make it think that that these are necessities, that like Walmart delivery is something that you are owed or something like that. Like, it is absolutely crazy. These companies have.
He said order. See, people want to frame things in the best way that's going to help them. If he was a customer, he wouldn't think that. DoorDash doesn't even think that. Do you think DoorDash is marketing that this is a luxury? And so they can only go after the top 5%, the top 10%? Do you think DoorDash wants to only have the possibility of being able to target in the market 10% of the world? Or do you think they'd like to be able to target a broader scope of the market? A broader scope. So how do you think they actually market it? They marketed that this is an everyday thing for the everyday American on the go for convenience. This is not a luxury. DoorDash doesn't even market it that way. People working for the company, and then see, he thinks he has all these grand ideas. Bro, if you got all these grand ideas and if you're so smart, why don't you go do something else aside from doing deliveries? We don't want to hear what you have to say and what your ideas are, because you're speaking on behalf of a company, and what you're saying goes directly against what that company's values are. In no other world, even if you are an independent contractor, even if you are an independent contractor, in no other world, there's no other thing where you can come on and speak on behalf of the company and then try to label it in a different way than the own company labels it. They're saying they're marketing for everybody, and then you're saying and coming online giving a narrative that goes counterintuitive to that, and you don't think there's a problem with that. There's no there's no company, again, that whether you were an employee or whether you were a contractor, that you can come online on TikTok saying these are the values of this company. This is a luxury service. Meanwhile, they're not saying it's a luxury service, and you wouldn't be terminated. The boldness, man, of just can't see past your own self and can't be unbiased and just be honest. Dude, that sounds absolutely crazy. A $20 tip being mandatory. People going to justify it however they want to justify it to just get whatever they want to make their life better.
You are owed or something like that. Like, it is absolutely crazy. These companies have $0 delivery fees, but somebody's head is getting cut off, right? I don't think you guys understand just how much, like, it is insanely cheap to take an Uber these days. It is nothing. It's like 25 bucks. It's like absolutely nothing to take an Uber, right? If you think about it, it used to cost $100 to go 15 miles, right? It used to cost $100 to go 15 miles in the 90s as a taxi, but nowadays it's only $25. That means that they are cutting the head off of the worker, right? So if you want us to fight back, let's fight back. Let's fight for $5 a mile, right? That will get us. And in all honesty, these companies, they should give every driver $5,000, right, towards maintenance and gas every year. I do not believe that a DoorDasher should pay for their own maintenance and gas. Just like Amazon, UPS, USPS, right? All of these companies, there's no difference between FedEx and a DoorDasher. They pick up a package and they deliver it to a house, right? DoorDashers need health insurance. DoorDashers need sick days. Pay us what you owe us, right? As workers, we need to stand up and fight for $5 a mile.
You need health insurance. You need sick days. Then why don't you go get a job? Y'all come on DoorDash and stay on DoorDash ultimately because you like the flexibility. You like the fact that you don't have to necessarily answer to nobody. You don't got to be accountable to nobody. There's no other corporation you could be working for and you can come online and be talking about the company. And it would, and if it got back to the company, you wouldn't get fired. You like the flexibility of everything, but now you're listing out all the things as if it were a regular job. Okay. If you're gonna talk about wanting the good, you also gotta accept the bad. So let's say DoorDash did say that, okay, we'll give you health insurance. Okay, we'll give you sick days. We'll give you a little maintenance thing. But we're gonna make you we're just gonna class if we're gonna do all that, because if you don't know, health insurance, that's usually companies like second or third largest expense. All these things. That's the benefit of having a contractor. But if you want all these things, then we're just gonna make you a regular employee. So you're gonna continue doing your DoorDash or whatever, but now we're gonna put you on a team. And guess what? We're gonna have somebody supervising that team and managing that team. And now if you don't start driving at 8 a.m. sharp on the dot and you don't clock in, you're gonna get rolled up. You're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get chewed out, you're gonna have the dude talking to you crazy. If something happens, now customers are gonna have somebody to go to. They're gonna have somebody to report you to if you're rude or like any of those other ladies. And now you're gonna be supervised and micromanaged. Then all of a sudden, all those things that he wants, those pros, all of a sudden it wouldn't be worth it no more, because a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are working DoorDash because they don't like the other things that come with having to work with a job, in the form of accountability and in the form of actually having to answer to somebody. But if you're going to advocate for it, having all these things that come basically with a regular job, then also, be prepared for the other negative things that come with having a regular job.
To a house, right? DoorDashers need health insurance. DoorDashers need sick days. Pay us what you owe us, right? As workers, we need to stand up and fight for $5 a mile. They can get rid of, I don't care, they can get rid of tipping. As long as you pay us $5 per mile and $1 per item shopped, then that is fine. I don't mind taking only 3 or 4 deliveries per day if they're paying me 60, 80 bucks per delivery, right? I'd rather take 3 or 4 deliveries for $60 than 20.
$60 and $80 per delivery? Dude, he said he's homeless, right? It be the homeless it be people in poverty with the most entitlement and the most highest premium on anything, any work that they do. Ain't that incredible? People in poverty will typically, from what I've seen in my experience, have the most entitlements and the most premium on any work that they do. Any time that they spend, even though if they didn't have this avenue, they wouldn't be using their time productively anyway. But if they are going to use their time productively, oh, you got to pay for that. Meanwhile, they struggling. This dude thinks he's supposed to get $60 to $80 per delivery, and then he gonna do 20 deliveries a day. This dude thinks he's supposed to make $1,000 a day on DoorDash. Over $1,000 a day on DoorDash. That's what he thinks.
Per delivery, right? I'd rather take 3 or 4 deliveries for $60 than 20, 30 of some peasant's orders, right? That only tip $2. Let's get rid of tipping and just implement $5 per mile. That way, if you live,
A homeless man calling other people peasants is crazy. A homeless dude calling other people peasants is crazy. Really? Again, and what? See, all the things he's saying is for DoorDash to be a regular job, basically. In what world can you work for a corporation, a major corporation, and come online calling the customers peasants while doing that under the guise of someone who works for the corporation? In what world would that ever be possible? And would you not have to face any consequences because of that? This dude is cuckoo. This dude's cuckoo. And it's no wonder why he gets the outcomes that he gets. He's got a lot of work to do on himself. He's got a lot of work to do, man. He can articulate well. I mean, the one thing he said, I was going to somewhat give him Like the taxi example, I was like, okay, at least he's substantiating his argument. But with everything else upstairs, man, man, you could be as smart as you want to. If you got entitled traits and all the other traits that's counterintuitive to success, you just expect everything to be handed to you. You expect to be paid for the most trivial things instead of just actually hunkering down and doing what it's going to take, which is ultimately just becoming capable and possibly even learning a more higher value skill for the market. You just expect to still have a regular run of the mill skill that anybody can do and that's oversaturated, but then expect to get paid $200 an hour to do it. Yeah, right. Y'all, we'll leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments where it shows people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, the join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.